Hello everyone and welcome back to High Button Sports here as we get set for our Saturday game here with the Bedford AAA team taking off the Bulldogs, the Antigonish team there on the other side. And as you could tell, we have been swapped rinks here, switched over from Rink D over to Rink A. So due to many different circumstances, we will be ice level for this game here today. So try to keep up with the action best I can for you. Obviously don't have that view from the center ice, which is usually ideal, but we'll be trying our best here as Bedford takes on Antigonish, and we are set to play here as that puck's worked over to the left side. Land's going to work that up the middle, knocked off Brewer's stick. That one's offside there as took a funny bounce off the stick there and back in. So I think this is the first Bedford AAA game we've done from Rink A. We've done this sort of setup before during situations like this where we've been swapped around. So hope you just hang in here with us. Try our best to bring you this game. That puck worked over to the right side and going to be sent all the way and shot in. That big glove save there deep in the zone, and it gets covered up. Yep, a little last minute change a few days ago. High school tournament taking place on Rink C and D here at the BMO Center. So that's kind of why we found ourselves over here at the far left side of the rink. That shot sent on in. McLean's going to get the rebound, sends that one wide, and it gets worked over to the right corner. That one's fought for down low in the zone, picked up. Looking for a chance to bring it in once again. Looks like that's Burke down there, and it looks like we'll have a delayed penalty here, our first of the game. Bright and early, McLean shoots and scores. So on the delayed call, the first one in, and McLean goes down as he celebrates, but on the delayed call there, 4 shots in the first 45 seconds, and a goal in the back of the net, 1-0 Bedford. Open there in front, gets that pass across, and makes no mistake. So McLean with another tally on the year. And we'll get set here. Face-off dropped in. Burke tried to fight for that on the left side, but it'll go over to the right and then sent on in. Burke now hustling away for that puck. He's going to circle in behind the net. It's going to be turned back over to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs going to try to work that up the left side. Stripped to the puck there, worked in front. McCullough takes a shot at that one. It gets wrapped in behind the net. Bedford keeps pressure. Then worked over to the right side, back right corner. Bulldogs pick that up, turn back over the other way. Stepping in with a nice pass around Burke and tried to find the man on the other side, but it gets worked back. Back to the line, McPhee. McPhee stepping with it. That gets knocked off the stick over to the left side now. Held on to, tries to ricochet that off the boards, but it'll be the Bulldogs who are able to get that one. But then a nice cutback play there to pick up Brian. Brian using that big body to just turn the puck over in the neutral zone. Tries to bring that in himself, but then it'll be back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs now try to work it in. It gets sent on down to our corner here. And try to keep that post out of the picture for you here. That one into the far left corner, trying to work that puck in front, but it'll be circled back on, and Brewer then takes a hard hit into the boards. He'll get right back up. Back to Hopkins. Hopkins up the left side, onto the stick. And they bring it in. Back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs now working in through neutral zone. And a good look for the odd man rush, but good catch up there on the center ice, but gets that pass across. Look for the shot. Shot in. Knocked aside by Gallagher Temple. Now in behind the net, going for the wraparound. Gallagher Temple's there for it. Then it gets knocked over to the other side and back around the right. McCullough has to get it out, and he'll get as far as center ice and keep at it. In the zone now, bringing that puck in. Quentin Land shoots that one, it goes wide over to the right side. McLean's going to leave that puck, and then he'll chase it into the back right corner. In the feet there and down low. Looking to get that out. McLean's battling to get to that first. Bulldogs hounding him. Back to the line, tipped on and off the stick there, Duffy, and then back through the middle. Now they're going to try to work it back the other way. Antigonish with it down the right side. Antigonish ricochets that down near us here and into the corner. Worked around now, back to the line, onto the line, shot in. That one patted aside on to the left. Now with it in the zone, trying to center that out in front, and easily picked up by Duffy. Duffy sends that up the right side, and now Bedford's getting the on-man rush the other way into McLean. McLean plays that in front, wide open net, shot in, and a save there off the right side, and a good one there for the Antigonish goaltender. Has a lot of net to shoot at. We had a good angle here. Now fought for down the left side once again. Back to the line, it just pulls out of the zone. Worked across, and then McPhee will retreat to his end. Send a little flick pass up the left side, and he'll catch the man, and then another cross-ice pass back to McPhee. That one misses this time, so they'll take a second. Back up the left side, Burke's going to play that into the middle. Hustled down on now. Burke sends it into the right side. O'Leary pressuring, but it gets to the Bulldogs who try to work it out. Tipped off the stick there, now the Bulldogs will work it back. Bulldogs enter the zone, puts it through the legs. Gallagher Temple gonna have to play that one aside. Perfectly steers it into the back right corner. Good heads up play there by the goaltender. Now in behind the net, that one's gonna catch a skate up the left side once again. Just kept in from the ringette line, tipped off the stick there of McPhee. McPhee's gonna work that in down the right. Onto the boards. Now all the way over to the left side. Burke's gonna handle that off the stick. And they're gonna work it in. Hustling hard down low. Look for a man in front. That one gets its stick of the goaltender. Going to be worked back and behind. Bulldogs now trying to clear it out the left side down the half wall. Just kept in the zone there, but the pressure's going to mount, and now they're going to work it back the other way. They got Robertson back, but a nice hustle back play there by Burke, who's called his name a couple times here in the first 5 minutes. That one that gets worked to the middle. Robertson chops away at that, but it's still fought for. Good pace of play here. Only a couple of whistles in the first 5. Down the right side now, held on to. Hackle tries to play that in front. Gets it back to Robertson. Robertson shoots that one, sent in. It'll be goal as that one catches the bottom right corner, and Robertson will have a goal as he shoots it from the top of the circle. And it just squeaks by the goaltender there, and it'll be 2-0. So a couple good rushes both ways. Gallagher Temple playing anything he's seen pretty well. Not letting any clear shots on net. The defense doing a good job hustling back. Duffy now going to work that up the right side. Duffy into the zone. Holds on to it. Pushed down low, then worked in front, and a good little tap in that doesn't go for Bedford as they look to make it 3 here. That one down the left side now. Sent on deep. Worked back behind. For a chance up the middle. That one gets turned over on and off the stick. Van Polge's tries to whack at that one, and it'll be back to Duffy. Duffy now stepping in. He'll hand that puck off to Brewer. Over to the right side. Brewer is going to take on a couple guys down low. Worked in behind now. Held on too deep in the zone. Over to the left side once again. Back to Land. Land sends that in same direction it came. It gets worked over. And back over as Land will pinch in. He'll get covered by McLean on the blue line. Land deep in the zone now, the D-man. Now he tries to shoot that one in front. Gets a good chance at it, but it'll be covered up. 2-0 here with 8:38 left in the first period. As great pace to start this game. 2 goals on 8 shots here for Bedford. 4 shots for the Bulldogs. As we get Mood on the draw here. McLean gonna rush in for that one, as well as Surratt. Worked around the left side, trying to catch up to it. Stick handled out and just kept in the zone, but Antigonish will get it out on the second attempt. Now down the left side, looking for a shot. They do. Gallagher Temple kicks that one aside. Looking to put it up the middle into the neutral zone. They're gonna flick that up McPhee, and now trying for the odd man rush. Bulldogs circle back in the zone. A nice defensive play there over to the left side. And then falling down, he gets the pass off. Gillis deep in the zone. He'll circle back around, try to get it out. Gillis now with it once again. Gillis plays that up down the left side. Pushed ahead, and now Bedford will have an odd man rush coming down the right side. Surratt shoots, scores. Make no mistake, top left with speed coming in down the right side. That'll be 3-0 Bedford here with 7:50 to go in the first. And back here for face-off. Back to Robertson. Robertson picks it up, shoots that down the right side. Intercepted in neutral ice before it can get in. Tries to backhand that one on and they get it off. Look for a chance in, stepping down low, and that one kicked aside by the goaltender's pad. Circled back on, just kept in the zone. High off the glass. Down the left side, held on to now, trying to work that behind. Stopped up and sent out down the right side. Cutting into the zone and knocked down there. No call on the play as a little collision. Deep down the right side now, looking for a play up the middle. Gets the man, and here we go. Burke walking in. A couple moves, shoots off the post. Handled in front. Robertson pinched all the way down. Now it's going to be trying to work back the other way. There's a clear-cut breakaway there. It doesn't go. Now on the left side. Kind of ricocheted off the ref's skate there, and it's going to be worked over. Brian now sends that in. Brian hustling that puck along. In behind. Sent in towards the middle, on and off the stick, and now Aganish kind of pull it back. Following as they swipe at it, gets worked over, and now deep in the zone here, close to us. Land getting them off the body there, or getting them off the puck, using the body there. Then in behind, up back to the line, Aganish shoots it in, tipped aside, and that one wide. Good attempt there, though. Head up for the puck. Back to the line, and they try to kick that ahead, and it'll be worked down. Van Polgees now tries to send it, but the Bulldogs will work it back the other way. Land does a good job picking that puck off. He sends that to the middle now. Van Polgees stepping in on the left side, going to trickle that puck into the right corner. Caught up to first there by Brewer. Bulldogs work that up through the middle, down the left side now. Held on to. Now trying to kick it back the other way, and that'll fall into the bench there. So we'll get a whistle on the play here with 5:46 to go in the first. Shots 11-6 Bedford. Up 3-0 here. I hope you guys are hanging in here with this different camera angle. Obviously not ideal, something unique though. Usually they'd have this camera angle set up in a professional broadcast to throw it to if it's in the back right corner here. Not a all game sort of thing, but we'll make it do. Back to Gillis. Gillis up the left side. Mood works it in. Sent on back now as Mood tries to play with that puck a little deeper in the zone, but it'll be knocked off the stick finally, and then out to neutral zone, down the right side. Hustle for that puck now is McLean going in. He's going to get to that first. Trying to circle in behind, held on to. Worked out, back to the D, held on to. Big shot there by McPhee. That one misses off the right side. Back behind the net to Mood. Mood over to McLean. McLean holds on. Down to Mood. Mood's going to battle hard for that one in behind the net. He's always trying to create those turnovers, especially in the offensive end. That one now held on to, looking for the wraparound. Chance back, but it gets knocked aside, and now up the left side, trying to flick it out. Will it go? No, it does stay in the zone here with 4:43 left to go in the first. That one to the middle, looking for the shot. Kicked aside. That one looked like it had a good chance at it by McLean there. Down low. Trying to get that out now, rushing out of the zone, flicking it down the right side. And that should go for the icing. So we'll circle back the other way to get some fresh legs out there. 4:26 to go in the first here, 3-0 with that 12-6 shot lead for Bedford. And get ready for the puck to drop here. Brian wins that back, but the Bulldogs intercept, and they're going to work down the left side. They got to try to create just a clear shot here. They haven't had many of those yet, as Robertson does a stellar job holding the man off without taking the penalty. That gets worked in front, but who's there? None other than Burke, who then works that up the right side. Turn back the other way. Back to Robertson, who flicks it in. On the line, and now another turnover. Brian tries to work that in front, gets it on, but it gets knocked off Burke's stick before he can try to slide that in the back of the net. Now Brian getting pressure deep in the zone, trying to turn that puck over once again, over to the left side. Picked up on it and rushed into the zone now. Bulldogs flick that into the gut there of Hopkins, and Hopkins sends that up the middle. Kind of blocked here by the ref. Try to give you the go ahead, and looks like that one was just iced out of the zone. 3:37 to go here in the first as we just roll right along here. And they'll be sent over to the other dot for this draw. Back to the line, held on to, over to the right side, intercepted almost for a break there. Gets flicked back the other way, and Bedford just does a good job of just I don't even know how many times I could say I've seen intercepted passes go for breakaways against Bedford so far this season. I think we're about 7 or 8 games in to this high button AAA partnership, and I could probably count on one hand how many times there's been egregious giveaways here by Bedford as they do give it up. Seems like they've got the legs to cut back on it, or they're just thinking faster and getting that puck. It looks like we'll have a penalty here, and it'll be Bedford's first penalty kill of the game, so we'll be heading down here to our end as the stick chopped out of the hands of the Antigonish player. And it'll be a chance here for Antigonish to get themselves back in this one with 3:14 left in the first. Shots 13-6, so the offense coming in heavy to start this game off. Last week we saw Bedford kind of take a period or two to really pick up their pace to their normal playing, but this time they kicked it off early with it. So all right, and we'll get set here once again. That one back. And deep in the zone now, Antigonish gonna have to, they have all 3 guys behind the net. You're gonna wanna send someone there in front, but it gets worked around. Antigonish try to ricochet that off the boards, they do. Playing it down low, coming off the half wall, now cutting up front, and oh, if only the man wasn't on his backhand there, he would have had a nice one-timer. That gets flicked out, and that should take us back inside here, and a great pass through traffic there in the middle, directly on target, but Antigonish left winger was on his backhand there and couldn't corral it to get the shot off. Those are the type of chances you want, but you got to have someone ready to just fire that one on Gallagher Temple. That back to the line, sent in, a man open in front, he's gonna walk around and score! So Antigonish gets one back, clear in front, and they get the deke off, and just like that, they're back in this game here, nearing the end of the first period. And a good effort there to get that one home as they found the man in front, settled that puck down, and it was mano-a-mano, and Gallagher Temple just goes down half a second too early, and a deke around in the back of the net. Back to McPhee. McPhee works that over to Van Polgees. Van Polgees ricochets that off the side boards and tries to work it out. Now Antigonish on the puck. They're going to try to build on that goal and get some momentum going. Power play marker for them. That one's sent out in front and going to be caught by Gillis. Gillis back to the line. Works down the left side now, trying to poke that ahead. Gillis on it once again. Now puck gets out of the Bedford zone here. 2:08 left in the first. Into the skates there. Trying to play that puck ahead, and it's getting a little rough there on the corner between McPhee and 6 there on the Bulldogs. Over to the right side, Bulldogs keep it in, back to McPhee. McPhee gonna rush that puck out and over to the McLean, who misses the stick, but they're still able to get ahead of it. McLean deep in the zone. He'll have it, trying to work out in front, circle back the other way. Couple stop-ups, plays both ways. And then a nice play off by himself off the end boards to play it to his own stick. And behind now as they'll battle away for it still. On it, in behind the net, worked over to the left side. Looks like Bulldogs coming out with it. Robertson gonna back off that puck, and it gets worked to the middle. McLean there to pick it off. McLean puts it through the legs, back. And as we near the last minute of play here in this first period, worked over, and Robertson getting a little shove there into the boards. Refs letting them play pretty well, pretty good here so far this afternoon. A couple penalties, but letting a couple things go as Antigonish works to the shot, and oh, that one had a good chance as it was a tough shot. That one shot it once again. Gallagher Temple with the save on the second one. The first one shot in hard. Gallagher Temple stands up against it, I believe. You guys can go back and check to see the exact replay there, but I believe he stood up against that one himself. It could have maybe caught someone there in front, but the second one for sure, great save, as flicked off the end of the stick there by the Bulldogs. Quick, trying to make this a one-goal game. Couple good chances for them here once they can get into the Bedford end. Like I said, this defense doesn't really let it happen. A real strong part for this Bedford team. But Bulldogs not without their own chances here in this 3-1 game. Not over to the right side, gonna try to work it out. O'Brien with 28 seconds left to go. Over to the right side. Still coming back in the zone, held on to. Sent on in, kept in the zone, and down low. Trying to turn that back the other way, a little turn and burn. 10 seconds to go here. They're going to try to make a move for it. They're going to have to. Back to the line, shot in. Land tried to get that off, but it gets knocked aside before it can really get a good chance. And with 1 second left, that'll be the end of the period. So we're off to the second here with a 3-1 Bedford lead. Good period of hockey there. Bedford coming out of the gate strong. Bulldogs getting a few chances of their own. We'll be back in just about a minute for the second period. All right, we are back after our short break. Get ready to go here as that one won back by the Bulldogs over to the left side. I'm going to try to work that puck out, so we might see a little action here from Bedford. I'm willing to put some money down. We'll see some action here from Bedford in the offensive end in tight. We'll see how that goes here as we kick off our second period here on BMO Pad A. That one worked towards the middle. Sent aside, and now Bulldogs will work it out. Cutting down the right side. Bulldogs come with speed. Chance here for an open shot in front. Just misses off the right side on a great chance. Trying to work that out in front now, and a man goes down. It looks like it'll be a Bedford power play as tripping in the, or cross-checking the offensive zone. We'll find the Bulldogs in the box, and Bedford on a power play 30 seconds in. So Bedford 6-0 on the year. The creme de la creme here of the U13AAA league, which is a provincial league. So, you know, you're playing everyone. This is the best team around, as heading to Cape Breton for the game tomorrow, heading out right after this game. So what would it be like to be young playing in these games where you're able to really work on your skills? That puck back to the right side and sent deep in the zone now, wrapping around. Hackle tries to corral that puck and kept in beautifully there by McPhee as it gets worked to the middle, however, on the turnover, then kept in the zone there. Gillis plays that down low. Van Polgees, he'll hold on to it. Van Polgees looking for options. He'll pull back to the blue line. Van Polgees, one of the best on the team at covering for his D and getting back. He's doing that all season long. Held on to now by Brewer. Brewer now tries to play that in front, off the stick there. Picked up by Gillis. Gillis now working in once again, and he'll get hacked on, and it'll be touched up, so it'll be a 5-on-3 here. A slash coming to the Bulldogs. So we get the look there by the opposing goaltender as he's ready to take on 5 Bedford players to his 3 Bulldogs. So chance here to regain that 3-goal lead. Shots 13-10 now as Andy Ganesh have put a couple on since the early deficit. That one in. Back to the line, worked across, calling for it once again, Robertson. Robertson then back to the middle, back to Robertson. Hopkins and Robertson playing with that puck, now down to McLean. McLean back to Hopkins. He's gonna shoot that in, ricochet over to the right side. Sebi Surratt plays that around the right side boards beautifully down to Robertson, who's there along the half wall, and he doesn't get that one out enough, and it'll be actually hitting a glove, and it'll be a whistle just outside the zone. .13:07 left in the second here, and it'll actually be, looks like the little confusion on where the whistle should be, and it looks like it's just outside the Bedford zone here with 44 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Bedford's gonna try to work it out, putting some pressure on. Mood down the right side. Mood gonna look to cut in front. He's gonna pass that aside to McLean. McLean's gonna have a few whacks at it, still loose in behind. Great save there by the goaltender. Mood just willed that puck to the net, got it across for McLean as he tried to look for his second of the game. Back to the middle, shot in, that one far. Robertson plays that in deep and retreats back to his blue line. McLean down with it, along with Mood. Mood circling in the zone, and that one falls off the stick there, a little frustration. Now sent back in with a nice backhand pass up to McLean. McLean's gonna find Mood in the middle just in time, but they're gonna not have a good chance at it. Gonna get it up to Surratt in front, over to McLean. McLean's gonna have some whacks. McLean, that net front presence. Circling back in the zone. McLean now holds, works in front, big chance there, and went over the net. Surratt had a wide open net there for a second. Back into the back left corner here as it's 5-on-4 for the next 30 seconds. McLean now trying to look for another man in front. McLean holds. He's got Surratt over on the other side, and that one kicks the skate before it can get back. Roberts keeps it in as Bedford hems the zone. That one tips the stick once again. Mood loses his, so that brings him down a man. Robertson just manages to get onto that. Falls out of the zone, but keeps it from dumping all the way in. And then just offside as Robertson tried to bring it in himself. Man, great skill here at ice level. It does make a difference when you're watching down here up close and personal. McLean with some great moves in the offensive zone, just holding onto that puck and using that hockey IQ to find a man in front, and then also being able to go to the net himself and work it in. Truly impressive stuff there by some of the skill we're seeing today. That one knocked in front and just tipped aside. Burke got a good stick on it, but couldn't get it over the shoulder and in the mesh. That one in ahead. Down the right side and circle back on now. Bulldogs are going to try to get it out. Onto the stick there and turned over in the offensive end. Trying to cut in with it, looking for a shot. That one hits the glove and goes high. Brian put that one on in a hurry. In behind the net here, going in for it. Puck still loose down low, work back in front. Burke has a chance. Nice shot there, and that gets tipped aside by O'Leary. Burke with a nice backhand pass. Working in down the right side, neutral zone. Burke's circling back on that puck and gets it across. Brian now has a chance for a shot. He'll shoot off the crossbar. He had lots of time to shoot that one, picked his spot, can't find the back of the net. Hackala now fights for it on the opposite boards. In with it, battling away. We go hard for it. Brian, using that hard-nosed style, gets a nice pass across, has a man in front. They're going to try to tip it on, and pass just a little too hot coming in. Back on it, Hackala tries to keep it in. They do, but then it eventually falls out of the zone. Hard on it, into the offensive end now. Hackala, he'll get held down, no call there. Worked out in front, chance for a shot, and a glove down on Brewer. A good couple saves there for the Bulldogs goaltender, keeping them in it. And a good couple setup plays there as well by the Bedford Blues. 10:11 left in the second period as we've rifled through these first 5 minutes. You could almost see the gears turning in McLean's head there as he circled back towards us here on the corner. Impressive stuff for sure. That one just misses the stick there. Also Robertson making some really nice plays, coming deep in the zone and just, I guess, being able to see their face as they rush in and being able to see their focus and where their eyes are darting makes it a little more impressive here for this announcer at least. Just seeing how quick those brains are working. That one over to the left side, just misses the stick there, cutting in on it, and that'll be offside. And the thing is, it's everyone out there. Everyone's bringing their own game towards it and making a difference in one way or another. Guys like Mood, who are able to really hustle that puck into the offensive end and hold on to it and skate around the opponents and try to open up for his wingers. McLean going to the right areas, playing that net front presence and whacking away at it, just creating chances over and over again. Van Polgeest going back on D to cover. It's lots of stuff. That one worked in front though. Bulldogs looking to bring it within one. That one goes across. Up the right side now, back to McLean. McLean's going to try to work it in. Beating his man to the outside. He'll have a chance and he'll go hard and slows himself down before he can go into the boards. Too rough as he looks to be all right. And now trying to work it ahead. Delayed penalty here. McLean gets that back to the line. Robertson's keeping it in. Down to McLean. That's tipped aside. Robertson steps in for a shot. Tipped back. They have Polgeest to back, or Burke, a backhand through the legs in front. Nice play there. Ticks off the stick there. It'll be hustled down and it'll be touched up as we'll be back to the power play for Bedford. 8:44 left to go in the second as we pass halfway done in this one. And they're meeting at the bench there, the Bulldogs, but this will be what it is. 2 minutes on the clock here. Shots 19-10. So Bulldogs haven't gotten one in a while, but they've stayed pretty steady on D. Goaltender locked in now. That back to the line now, held on to. Worked across, Land sends it over. Worked in ahead. Deep in the zone now. Circling back on it. Gets kind of knocked aside as they're going to try to get it out here on the power play and work it back. Burke now with it. Into the offensive zone. Drop pass there. Shot in. That one wide. That one knocked down in front. Burke gonna go to the box as knocks the Bulldogs down and gets knocked off. And I'm getting at least half distracted by the three young ones running behind me over my cords and stuff, hoping nothing gets kicked out of the wall. So sorry for the delay there on that call, but we have a couple what I assume are maybe 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds getting close to some of those wires back there that we need to run this broadcast. So that one sent back, and along the half wall it'll be 4-on-4 here now for 1 minute and 10 seconds into the offensive end. Worked aside, shot in. That one catches the shoulder of the goaltender. Worked in around, looked for a lane to in front, doesn't have it, so he's going to drop it off. Brian now with it. Brian circles back, stop up play there. Brian into the skates. Now we're on the left side, held on to. Worked in, and that one's going to catch the mesh, and it looks like it'll be a face-off here in the offensive end for the Bedford. As we got 7:34 to go in the second period here. Score still 3-1. We appreciate you tuning into our broadcast here on High Button Sports. Another weekend, another game. As we continue on in the season, 6-0 is the Bedford Blues. That one dropped in there. Hackela working away for it. In the feet. He's going to try to get that one. And back to Van Polgeest. He has it. Van Polgeest drops that, just gets it by. Nice play to McPhee. McPhee shoots that one, misses wide. Back to Gillis, as Gillis is going to skate after that, as it just does the wraparound. After a hard shot in the zone, catches the boards on that angle and circles its way all the way around. Now into the offensive end. Shaking a man off. Hackela shaking another man off. Has a man in front. Can he get the pass off? Doesn't look like it. Hackela holds. Back to McPhee. Into the line. And ripped around the sidewall, and offensive end Van Polgeest now Trying to do a little toe drag to get that one in front, but it'll now be 5-on-4 for the Bulldogs as they work that up, and it'll be a breakaway the other way. Coming out of the box, looking for a chance here. Across, shoots on the line, no goal. What a save, and now it's getting rough in front. What a save there by Gallagher Temple. How did that one stay out? You're gonna have to go back and watch that one, as keeping it a 2-goal game, and what a save. Fantastic in front as he dove at that puck. 6:35 to go in the second, and that could have been a 1-goal game if that went in, but it stays out, and it remains 3-1. Shots 20-11. First shot in a while for the Bulldogs. Obviously a great one off the breakaway. That one sent in, but for the rebound, scores! So they're gonna get it. The 3-2 goal, as they do a nice play to work that front on the power play, and that's 2 power play markers here for this Antigonish team. And this is a 1-goal game here. 6:23 to go in the second, and they finally get their second goal, as the last 2 shots have been great ones, and that one just worked in front, open net, tucking it home, and now Bedford's gonna put a little fire under their butt, try to get that lead back. It was 3-0 here early in the game, and the next 2 have come from the Bulldogs. That one ricocheted off the end boards there, back to the left side. That one falls out of the zone. McLean putting some pressure on to turn that puck over. In the defensive end now, trying to work it out. Deep in the zone. Battle for, gonna circle in behind their own net. Flicking it on. Up the middle. As Surrett gonna drop that to McLean. A nice drop pass, has a man in front. McLean holds, now over to Surrett, off the stick there at the most important time. He tried to snap that one home onto the stick there, the Bulldogs, as they're gonna try to get it out on the odd-man rush. Looking to work it across. That one, an absolute bullet that goes high. Bottom right corner now. 5:26 to go in the second. In behind now, up to McLean. McLean's now working it in. McLean has it. McLean trying to cut out front, shoots, scores! So McLean gets it back with a nice one, cutting down the left side and putting it top shelf. Good chance there in the back of the net. So 4-2, they reestablish that 2-goal lead. Like I said, they're not gonna try to be down for too long. That one just goes top shelf, and McLean with his second goal of the game, I believe. Five minutes to go here in the second period. Bulldogs working in down the right side, and that's how you do a response. Just kept in, tipped in high. Trying to work that out in front, held on to, and worked over to the left side now, circling back in the zone. They're going to work it out. Hustling down, trying to catch a man in the middle, and that'll go for icing. So 4:50, and we'll head back the other way. And if you haven't tuned in any of our other high button footage or content, you can head to our YouTube channel, go back and watch all the Bedford games from this year, along with podcast interviews and anything else. We did an in-house interview this week and talked about some hockey, including these guys on the ice now, so you might want to go listen to that. That one cut out in front, looking for a chance, and just off the stick there and cleared aside at the last second. Great job by the Bulldogs center, as they now go deep in the zone, send that one into the far right, and gonna circle back on it. Trying to work that puck out, cutting in down the left side, kind of getting pinched in there. Still battling for it. Back, and it looks like Bulldogs be the only guys around there. Working it in hand, and that'll be a delayed offside with 4:13 to go in the second period here. 22-12 the shots. And like I said, this past week, did the podcast with my boss, Justin Belanger. Talked about a lot of hockey and what's going on in the high button world and all sorts of stuff like that. Talking about how skilled some of these guys are. Of course, I give them a shout out. That one's sent in by Hackala. That one goes wide. Worked around on the right side, just kept in. Good job to fight to keep that one on. Tries to find Hackle in front, but gets steered aside. Back to the middle. That's a bouncing puck. It's going to be a foot race for it down the left side. Caught up to and cleared in by Duffy. Duffy played to the middle now. Van Polgis. He's going to drop that puck off. Looking for the shot. That one just goes wide in the zone. Brewer now on it. Brewer now plays it behind his own back. He'll be laid down, and that'll be a penalty there to the power play. Is Bedford. So looking to make it a 3-goal game once again here with 3:32 left to go in the second. Shots 22-12. And face off right here next to us in our zone. This game's gone by real quick as shots are low by Bedford standards, and good pace of play pretty much from the first whistle. We're just 52 minutes into it, and we're going to wrap up the second. I guess that makes about sense, as we'll be on the 10-minute clear after this. Push us to an hour, or an hour 10, and then 15-minute period there. It'll take about 25 minutes to complete, so it'll be about an hour and a half, our typical run time here for these Bedford games. That one cut in on the opposite side. Mood plays it in front, and that one gets kicked on before it can get worked, but Mood hasn't scored yet tonight, but has shown that rush he's able to do a couple times. 3:02 left in the second period here, 2-goal game. As McLean, Mood, and Sebi Surratt out there with Robertson and Quinton Land. So that'll be who's on the ice for the minute and 30 seconds of power play time remaining. Dropped in, one back by the Bulldogs. Ricocheted that off the boards. That one kicks to the middle, and now Bulldogs going to try to use that for the odd man rush, but it gets caught up in the feet. Sent around. Bulldogs do have it deep in the zone, though, as held off that puck now. Back to McLean. McLean worked up the left side, back to the defender. Works it in there. Going away at it. Back along the other way, held on to. Into the middle. Sent on in. Stick handled now. Handing that puck off now towards the middle once again. Held on to, looking for a chance to maybe get that puck in front, knocked off it, and out of the zone. Circled back on, Robertson gets it. Robertson circles in behind his own net. There's only 28 seconds left on the power play here, so Bulldogs have held them off to this point. Cutting in down the right side now is Brian, though. Brian with a full head of steam, drops that puck in behind. He's got O'Leary. O'Leary's going to put that puck on. It'll be turned back over to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs will send that up the middle onto the stick there with a nice pristine pass and sent in off the end wall. Picked up now. Worked around. O'Leary tries to get that ahead through the legs. Back over to Aniganish. They shoot that into a shin pad. 1:26 to go in the second. Trying to play it back. Over to the left side now. Trying to get it out of the zone, and it'll be just onside now. Held on to here by Brian. Brian tries to play that in front. Puck knocked away before he can get there, and now down the right side. Playing it up the middle, and it'll be an Aniganish breakaway. McPhee on his tail, looking for the shot, shoots. That one gets a nice save off the stick. Gallagher Temple trying to stand tall in that net. Keeps it a 2-goal game with a massive save at the end of the second, but looking for another shot there, shot in. That one doesn't get on. We're into our last minute of play here, trying to play it out in front. Bedford gets there first as they guide that puck out of the zone. Worked in ahead, a nice pass just offside there by Burke, and a frustration in the eyes as he slams his stick there and realizes he almost had a breakaway. 41 seconds left in the second period here. Shots 23-13. They've stayed pretty low. Working that puck in. Offensive end now. Back right corner. Worked on. Van Polges tries to pressure, but it'll be from behind. They're going to work it out. 20 seconds to go on the clock. Work it in, knocked off that puck. There's a neutral zone battle here as the clock continues to wind down. Off the stick there. Over to the left side. Setting it in deep. We'll have 5 seconds to go here until we get our flood. And that should do it here as the 4-2 lead will stand heading into the third period for Bedford. Antigonish really picked it up late, but we'll be back for our third 15-minute period here in just about 10 minutes. We'll see you for that one. All right, and welcome back to High Button Sports here as we get set for the third period. 4-2 lead here for Bedford heading into the final frame. Joining you from the corner, ready to go here. We'll determine a winner as Bedford looking to make it 7-0 on the season. Andy Ganesh looking to come back and grab a huge win, or what would be a huge win. That one flicked off the stick there as he's falling to the ice. Worked over to the left side, held on to now by Andy Ganesh. Andy Ganesh trying to ricochet that off the boards, back to Land. Land then works that towards the middle, turn back the other way, stepping it for a shot. Bulldogs can't get it off. Deep in the zone now as the pressure mounts. Worked up the left side. Van Polgees has it over to the Land. Land over to Brewer. Brewer over to the right side, held on to. Worked in the zone. Knocked hard in there. In behind now. Off the half wall. Trying to play it back on the stick and off the stick. Worked back around and flicked it ahead. Neutral zone battles there as Andy Ganesh breaks out. They have a breakaway coming in. Shoots, save there by Gallagher Temple. With the right arm, gets it up in time. Saw that puck all the way. Brewer now working it out. Brewer into the skate. Bulldogs with an early breakaway to try to get this deficit down to 1. In the skate still. Working with it up the left side. Handing that puck off. McLean now stepping with it. McLean shoots, blocker to side. Great angle here for us to see that one. Now along the wall. You can see that fresh ice getting torn up by the second. Worked into the zone here. Burke. Mood actually hands that off. Mood over to McLean. McLean now with it. Down to Mood. Tries to play that out in front. Onto the stick there of Andy Ganesh. Back to the line. McPhee's now going to have to step back on it. McPhee works up to the right side and flicking that ahead, trying to get it in. They do get it down to McLean low. McLean with it. Tries to play that over to the left side. Going to be hustled on. Andy Ganesh doing a good job chasing that puck in their own zone, not letting it open up. Back to Gillis. Gillis plays that over to McLean. McLean sends that down the ice once again. Circled back on. Body for jockeying for position in the back left corner. Gonna work it out now onto the stick and circle back in the zone, handing that puck off. On and off the puck in a hurry. And now sent into the neutral zone once again. Bulldogs try to work it out, looking for another break. Pushed off that puck quickly. Robertson now with it down the right side, over to O'Leary. Back in, over to O'Leary once again, and sent up the middle, catching his man. Looking for a chance here. Burke gonna hand that off to the left side, holding onto it too long. Gets a good shot up, but it catches the stick. Burke to front now, stepping in, has a good chance for a shot. Look, it passes it off, over to the right side, blocking his side. I don't know if I've ever seen, well, that might be a lie, but I probably have, but that might be one of the best looks I've seen to be passed up on this season on any of the teams I've done. That's about 30 games. And that was a clear-cut look. Does the unselfish play, and don't get me wrong, it's not a horrible play handing that off. They got a shot on the right side, but just kind of goes to show you the ability to share the puck this team has. Might just be the angle, but we saw a lot of top left there as that puck got worked back to the stick in front. Held on to now, poking it behind, and now hustled on. Still hustling on it, picks it up. Land now with it. Land gonna circle back in the zone, work that up the middle. That one can't fall inside the zone, so it's gonna be worked back in. Around to Duffy. Minute 37 of power play time here for Bedford. It's getting worked back the other way. Bulldogs working in, looking for another chance, and a good diving play there by Burke. Gets all stick, no ankles, and then picks that puck up on the offensive end, working it in. Burke now has it, goes too far for him. Burke has been the standout player of this game so far, and what a defensive play there. Holds on to it. Looking for a shot in. That one catches someone high in the zone. Now battling away and knocks that puck aside. In behind now. Over to the right, trying to ricochet that puck out of the zone. It'll be worked down the right side. Hustled after and Gillis will be first on that, and that'll go for an icing back the other way. 10:48 to go in the third. Shots 26-14 as we continue on here in this 2-goal game. And it looks like it'll be a delayed penalty here. Thought it was an icing, but it looks like it'll be to the box for Bedford. And he's not quite sure what he did there in the box, talking to the referee. Brewer holding his head high and then saying, what did I do to deserve that one? But we'll have the face-off here in the offensive end. It'll be 4-on-4 action for 50 seconds. That'll be sent down for the ice, so it'll come back. 4-on-4 action here for 50 seconds, and a good chance here for the Bulldogs as they won't have to deal with the rest of that penalty, and they have a chance here to pull it back within one. They had it like that for a split second there in the second period. So we wait for everyone to reset here. Dropped in there. Back to the line. That one gets through the skates, and now McLean's going to try to put the pressure on. Worked over to the right side. Skating in, leaving the men behind. McPhee going to hold on, shoots that, gets the goalie high in the chest protector, and now in behind McLean pressuring. Over to the left side. And behind, that puck goes. McLean now working with it as well. Trying to work a front, wide open shot there. Holds on to it just a second too long. If he would have snapped that one, it probably would have been home, but held on to. Now another chance for the shot, and that one covered up. And a good save there. 10 minutes to go here in the third period. Andy Ganesh goaltender keeping the minute with 2 big stand-up saves. Making a difference in goal. He's faced 28 shots, 24 saves. A couple of them have been beauties. Back to the line now, working that in behind. Up the right side. Leaves that puck, and Andy Ganesh now trying to create another break. He'll get pushed hard into the corner there. Robertson now tries to shoot that and fan on it. It's in his skates, and he's getting pressured down low. 2 Andy Ganesh players turn that puck over. Now has it behind, looking for maybe the wraparound. No, he'll hold. Over to the left side, back to the D. D to D pass there. Looking for the shot in. Off the end boards. Getting pressured. Working it over once again, held on to. Back to the line. Looking for the shot. That one goes wide. Circling back on it. Now cutting out in front. Andy Ganesh trying to create something, and Gallagher Temple there to cover it up in a hurry. 9:18 to go in the third. 30 seconds left in the power play here for Andy Ganesh. 4-2 game still. That puck, one back. Circling in behind. Held on to. And hustling with the left side into the offensive end. Brian stepping in. He'll hold on to it. Brian works that all the way to the other corner, and he'll take a bump as the arm goes up for the penalty. And it'll be Bedford's power play once again here. 8 seconds of 4-on-4 action, but Brian generating that turnover. And generating that power play. Good job just to stay on that puck and keep the pressure on. It's a great way to give your team the advantage, and just seems to be able to get to the outside and beat his man. 8:56 to go in the third here. So like I said, 8 seconds of 4-on-4, and then that'll turn into a power play for Bedford. Still 9 minutes to go. Got one back to the line, held on to. Duffy now works it over to the right side. Gonna step in with that. Burke working that one around. Burke shoots and scores, and there we go. Burke, who, like I said, has been the all-star of this one so far, able to put it home just 10 seconds into the power play, and gives his team that 3-goal lead. He was hungry for one here tonight, as created lots of chances and had lots of good rushes. That'll end up in the back of the net, so it'll be 5-on-2 back to 5-2 back to 5-on-5 hockey. Burke now in down the right side once again. Playing it back to the line, into the skates, gonna keep it alive. Tries to play that to the middle. He turned back the other way. Held on to, ricocheted off the boards. Still with it, Land gets that ahead. Up, drop pass there, O'Leary shoots that one. Looks to have stayed out of the net. I thought maybe it caught 5-hole there as the goalie didn't know where it was, and it was a nice low shot off the ground, but that one's good save there by the Bulldogs goaltender once again. Dropped in there, and now gonna try to work it out of the zone over to the left side. Ricocheted that off the boards. Backing around. Up the right side now. Bulldogs poking away at that puck, getting it loose. Now we're off the half wall, gonna be skated for. Picked up in the zone now, Gillis. Gillis goes in for it. It gets put through the legs there and gonna be worked back the other way. Stopped up on. Burke works it up, but it gets sent in off the boards. Gillis gets it once again. Now into the zone there is Brewer, and he'll shoot that one on. It'll be covered up. 7:45 to go in the third as the pace has slowed down just a tad here. It's Bedford trying to close this one out. Minute and 19, an hour and 19 I should say, of gameplay here as the goalie gets his net looked at. It looks like it just being worked on. I don't know if that's equipment or if it's the net. Looks like he's got a glove off there, so it might be the goaltender's equipment here getting addressed. Yesterday, doing a game out in East Hants, we saw a player celebrate, and when he was skating backwards into the glass shattered, and that set us back about 20 minutes. So a little bit of a later night for this guy last night, but no big deal, and they got that switched up in East Hants. That went over to McLean. McLean then sends that in front. It gets ricocheted away into the bottom right corner. Now it's worked out in front. McLean tries to get it, and it'll be over to the right side. Now back to McPhee. McPhee shoots that one off the left side. Over to Gillis. Gillis down low. Has McLean at the back end. Can't get that puck to him, so it'll be the Bulldogs. Back in along the half wall, trying to get that out of the zone. Bulldogs work it out into the stake there, and now Mood will flick back the other way. Mood turning on the Jets. He'll cut into the center and get steered aside. Now up front, once again, shot. That one misses off the left side by Surrett. Now stepped in by Robertson. Robertson takes a big slapper that gets covered up. As we've got the team warming up here behind me, so if you hear any yelling, it's the next team that's about to come on here after us. 6:49 left to go in the third here. Shots 34-15. It'll be Bedford headed to Cape Breton tomorrow. Some guys going up after the game, some guys going up tomorrow morning. They'll be playing at 11. So Bedford looking to make it 8-0. Gonna need to finish off this one and then go up for a game in Cape Breton tomorrow. In behind the net, he'll get pushed off that puck, and the Bulldogs will be working it up to the man, over to Robertson. Robertson ricochets that puck off the boards. Robertson still fighting for it, and now it'll be the Bulldogs working it in. Bulldogs looking for a shot. That one gloved aside by Gallagher Temple. As kids now doing high knees in behind me, so I watch with bated breath for my chords. As the high knees continue, and my heart rate goes up with every one. And puck gets worked in behind. Brian tries to push that ahead, worked over to the right side. O'Leary plays that in behind, tried to play it in front. Burke tried to finish that one home, it gets knocked away. Now Bulldogs with it. Once again, we're ricocheting that off the half wall, and they're just going to send that in for the icing. 6 minutes to play here in the third period. And we'll be worked back the other way, and a couple icings here in the past few minutes. Worked in behind.
I need space for this.
Playing that puck up ahead and working it down. Hackala now. Down the left side. In behind. Deep in the zone, trying to work that out in front. Going to be knocked aside. Back to the line. Land tries to shoot that in. Over to the left side. Down on it, in behind, and that one turned over back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs now trying to work it out. Just about over 5 minutes to go here. In through the middle, tipped ahead. Deep in the zone, going to be circled back onto the right side and hard in behind the net. Van Polgees keeps it up. Van Polgees gets that towards the middle and tries to get Hackala on the break. He'll be stopped up. Deep in the zone, looking to shoot that one. Gallagher Temple steers that aside. Deep in the zone, Hackala now has a man in the middle. Van Polgees can't catch up to that. Just under 5 minutes to go now. And Bulldogs shoot front. That one off the crossbar. Runs into it, and that'll be a whistle. And I kid you not, with two wires hanging out behind me, keeping this stream alive, I just had an entire team of 10-year-olds absolutely high-kneeing it, probably 10 times behind me. And those cords are getting kicked around. I think we might have survived. If you guys are listening to it still right now, we've survived what was, I thought was certain yank of the cord out of the wall or something along those lines. But we'll continue on. So just under 5 minutes to play here. That one worked in down the left side now. McLean putting the pressure on. Bulldogs trying to work it in behind. Shot 35-17 as Bedford kind of just okay with sitting on this lead right now. 3 goals, long way to go here at the end of the game. It's gonna have to start with one. Bulldogs working it out down the left side. Trying to play it into Hens. Had to stop up on that. Back to the line now, Gillis. Gillis, short ricochet pass there, tries to catch a man in the middle, and McLean will go down in a heap as he tried to hand that off to Mood. Mood now gets it, working it in, drop back, and looks like we'll have a whistle on the play as Bedford will head to the power play here with 3:56 to go in the third. And 2 minutes for tripping up Mood there in the neutral zone. So Bedford going to be looking to add on to this one, up 3. Puck dropped in there, gets it ahead and tries to play that back, and it misses the sticks. That's going to be hustled back on now. Circling back in the zone here, Robertson. Robertson plays that puck up onto the stick there and sent back the other way. Hopkins now holds it. Hopkins up the left side to Brian. Brian pushing in ahead. Onside. He'll hold onto that puck, drop it back to Robertson. Robertson getting pressured hard on the corner there, and he'll get that puck turned over the other way. Bulldogs trying to work it in ahead. Bulldogs with a shot now, that one high in the zone. Man down in front, but Bulldogs stay alive. Robertson throwing himself there. Bulldogs have a man up front here, took it for a chance. Shot saved by Gallagher Temple in front. What a save, as there's a big melee now in front. And that's not gonna go, as Gallagher Temple still down on the bottom of the doggy pile. He made a fantastic save there in front, as it stays under his pad somehow. To the box for a couple of players there. I'm gonna have to assume O'Leary to the box, Robertson to the box, 2 more guys on the Bulldogs side, and with 3:05 left to go, had a bit of a melee here in front. Wide open with a hard shot. Gallagher Temple stays in that butterfly position, just keeps it under the pad for the whistle to blow, and then after, got chippy. Burke was in there, I know. He's talking to the ref. 3:05 to go, and it'll be another minute here. we wait for the penalties to get assessed. And looks like we're all set to go here, and it stands right now. There was a penalty for 1 minute and 9 seconds before that, obviously. So I'm not sure how that plays in. I see 2 guys in the box there for Andy Ganesh and 2 guys for Bedford. Got 4 guys on the ice on both sides, so I think it'll be 1 minute and 9 seconds of 4-on-4, and the coincidentals will go for Bedford, so that won't affect the clock. It'll be 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 9 seconds, and then 1 minute power play for Andy Ganesh. They tip that in. Good save there. That one gets tipped aside. Tipped low in the zone perfectly. Gallagher Temple stays square though. Burke now working up the right side, and that one offside. We have really lost the rhythm of this one here in the last few. There's been a couple whistles since about the 6-minute mark, as that second and first period was just buzzing out of the gate. Shots 35-19, 54 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Back over to the left side. Flipped on deep, gonna be caught up to by the Bulldogs first. Gonna try to work that in behind. The Sticks trying to get that puck, and it'll be up the left side. Landon works it in through the middle. Little rough stuff after the whistle, and we got a good angle here as the 2 of them are gonna go. Brewer, or maybe it just be Brewer to the, but no, it'll be coincidentals once again. So 2:32 left to go in the third, and we saw that in our angle here as they were trying to skate that one up the ice. Into just outside the zone here. McLean will be on the draw here. 4-on-4 still. McPhee tried to skate that one out. It'll be on the right side now. Van Polgies has it. Worked in deep. McLean catching up to that. Around the zone. Andy Ganesh defender still has it down low as it gets pinched up along the boards here now. Trying to work that one out in front. Van Polgies putting some pressure on here, but Andy Ganesh maintaining. In behind, gonna try to work that up ahead. Ricochets that off the boards. Will it get through? It does not. McLean got a stick on it. Puck's for free there in the middle. That one looked like it was to be outside, but it doesn't. Andy Ganesh now stepping in. Kicked aside by Temple. McLean now gonna be the one to skate it out. He'll get pressure from the sides though. Into the offensive end, a little swing there. Worked into behind with a shot. That one tipped aside before it can reach the net. Held on to now, and in behind, it gets behind the last Andy Ganesh defender outside of the zone. Maybe trying to work it in over to the left side. Held on in now. Swept on there. Tipped aside. Puck still alive. Back to a 17-second power play now here for Andy Ganesh with 1 minute 19 to go. Back to the half wall. D-to-D pass there. Kept in the zone. Worked down the right side. Hard on it. Still working for it here. Down low in the zone now, looking to stand out front. Shot in front, they score. So they put one home here with 1 minute and 3 seconds. They get one by as he stepped in front, and he picked the far side over the glove, and that'll be 5-3 here with 1 minute and 9 to go. Is Bedford looking to just hang on and move it along. Just after the penalty expired, I believe, there's still a couple guys sitting in the back box there for coincidentals. Offensive zone now. The puck, one back. Andy Ganesh trying to push it in. Look for another rush here. They backhand that one into Robertson's shin pad. Trying to cut out in front. They have a chance for it. Andy Ganesh still battling away, swiping at it, and it gets worked into the right side. Trying to cut it out now. Outside of the zone. 45 seconds, and man goes down, and Bedford will be back to the power play here with 42 seconds left. .42 seconds to go here. Back to the power play for Bedford as it's 5-3 game. Shots 35-21. And Bedford is taking care of business here today. I wouldn't say it's the strongest game they've played here so far this season, but a couple good looks and good chances, good defense, but Andy Ganesh came to play. The 5-3 to score here with 42 seconds to go. Dropped in there, back to the line, kept in by Land. Land hands that off to the Duffy on the right side, dropped back down to Burke. Burke now in behind, tries to center that in front. They're gonna work away, and that'll be in the back of the net. So with 30 seconds left, they add another tally on. It'll be 6-3. Good cycle down in the zone on the power play. Into center ice here as we'll look to finish this one off. 36-21 the shots here on rink A. Back to the line, held on to by Duffy. Duffy works it up the right side, cutting into the middle. McLean now with it. McLean looking to get a shot off. He'll be worked into the corner. In behind now, trying to play open in front, looking for the shot. Can't get it off in time. McLean then works out in front once again. And we're into our last 15 seconds here. Down the left side, held on to, worked it around. Back in the zone, McLean tries to play that in behind. It'll be off the glass, and that should do it here for us as Bedford coming away with the victory. Fantastic game by Gallagher Temple in net. Some good defensive play, but that'll be it. So we appreciate you tuning in to High Button Sports here for our game. Sorry about the angle. This is the option we had here for Rink A. Glad to be able to bring you the game in some capacity, but that'll do it here. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back here in, I believe, a few weeks as the team's at PEI next week. We'll be back in a few weeks